Hello YouTubers. It's been forever since I did a video, and I just wanted to do a quick project share. I, for the first time, have been working on, I wanted to do a dangle charm for my sister-in-law, and I'd never made one before, so I went and watched some YouTube videos and tutorials on some dangle charms, and didn't have a lot of money for going out and buying a bunch of stuff, so I tried to use what I had, and then did buy some stuff at Michael's and Joann's to go with it. But I wanted to just share it with you really quickly. I think I'll just go kind of strand by strand. This strand beads I got at Michael's and Joann's, can't remember which where. The dragonfly was a charm that I had, but it was more kind of bronze, so I took a gold Sharpie and went ahead and made it more gold, since the main charm in here is the Artie cakes with the Eiffel Tower, and it has some significance for my sister-in-law, and that's why I made it. So I basically made this whole thing centered around this one charm, and she said she wanted green, so that's why I've got it. But there's an acrylic flower, and then the dragonfly. And then at Michael's I got, this was a ring of 3 different acrylic hanging things. This was the main one, the one at the top of the set I got at Michael's. The ribbon came with it, and then the next one in that set was this green acrylic one here, and the bottom was a bird, so I'm just saving the bird for another project because my sister-in-law didn't really care for that. So this one I just tied it on using the ribbon, and then the next strand, I'm sorry, is the key with the bead, and some of these beads, this one and another one I used later was from a Tim Holtz packet of beads and baubles. And the key, I have no idea. That I keep everything. I'm a terrible hoarder, and it was from my stash. Same with this lock, heart lock. And the beads, again, were all from Michael's and Joann's, and I got the gold spacers there also at one of the stores. This is a charm that I got, I think at Michael's. It was a set of 4 charms from Michael's. And then this one is the main one here. I did do a little offshoot here with this acrylic flower, and then another bead from Tim Holtz's line, and then just had the one long strand. This is the key one with the Artie cakes on the back, and this Artie cakes is one I won in a giveaway from Kimbo Creations. And when my sister-in-law saw it, she's like, "Oh, I love that one," because she's convinced she's going to go to Paris on a honeymoon someday. So this right here, this next strand, the decorative bead I got at Michael's, and this was an Artie cake. I'm sure that you guys have seen it, the one with a bunch of little faces on it, and then the back it said funny girl or something, and I was just going to use it, but it really didn't go along with the color thing, so I actually took it apart, and there's some recollections paper that's the butterflies, so I cut out a green butterfly, and then I have from Joann's a packet of Scrap Essentials vellum sayings on family, so I took and put the vellum family in front of the butterfly from the recollections paper. And then on the back, I kind of, when I was putting it back together, cracked the glass a little bit. So I put Mom on the back, but I put the 4 sticky sequin things on there for that one. And then this flower's from another Arctic cake that I got, and sometimes the back shows, so I decided to, and the back is kind of pretty too. I mean, so I just put a little bit of bling there on the back to kind of tie it together. And then the last thing I did is, her initials are J.A., so I had these little metal tags. So I found J and A, and then I did put a little bit of a green bling, and she's got 4 children, so I put a 4. And so that is my first attempt at a dangle charm. And you know what? I think it turned out okay. I have another friend that I'm going to make another one for, and she wants green too. So I think I'll try it again, and then I'm going to make the last thing I'm going to, well, probably won't be the last, but I'm going to make a turquoise one. So I'll share that with you. And I just put that on a swivel clasp or whatever this is called. So thanks for letting me show you my first attempt at a dangle charm. And I would love to hear comments, since this is my first one. Maybe if you have any advice or just general comments, I'd appreciate that. Thanks.